Hello everyone. Welcome back to Kimmy's Corner. My name is Kimmy. Today we are here to unstuff all 4 completed savings challenge bags and see how we did for the month of October. Stay tuned. All right, friends. I am filming this right after my live on Wednesday night, the 29th. And I am so flippin' excited to go through these bags. So let's start out with, let me get everything out of the bags because there is a lot, friends. And I'm going to kind of keep them cordoned off or sectioned off by type because there's so much. We had a very blessed month in the month of October, and I can't believe how we finished out. So let me get everything laid out. I will probably have Grease speed you up through this, and I will be right back. Wow. Now, I have our total right here, but I'm going to wait to show this until the end of the video because what we have here, like what we have on our sheet, does not equal the amount of cash here because some of the money stayed in the envelope if it is a revolving sinking fund or if we've made debt payments along the way for the month. That will not be reflected in the numbers on the sheet. These are the challenges that the money stayed in the envelope, but we still want to celebrate the win. And these feel the best of all because these 4 right here or these 5 are challenges. And these were for sinking funds. So these, amazing. But my friends, this is a lot of challenges. So what I'm going to do is set everything. I'm going to start out with our allowance. So let me just kind of stack everything over here, even though I did have it kind of cordoned off. But I'm going to have to go through and sort them anyway for when we write them down based on our categories. So let's start out with our allowance money. And let me grab a calculator. So let's start out with my allowance. So I have 3, 14, 36. Love all of this savings, you guys. 32. And then we have 20. $8. These are all going to fall. There we go. We'll do that. All right. $10. $4. A bunch of this is quarter days, y'all. $6. Oh, now I'm wondering if these are mine. I believe these are all mine. $4. 20. 25. 18. We had a really good run with minis. That's Grease's. That's Grease's. $3. $5 and $93. All right, it says I should have 306 on our sheet. I'm sure that I miskeyed something. So I will go ahead because these are both Grease's. Yep. Oh, here it is. $5 plus 5. So 306 is what I saved or completed with savings challenges in the month of October from my allowance, which is absolutely phenomenal. So let's get our sheet here. I have 306, and then Grease had a $36 save and a $24 save for a total of $60. Now my allowance savings, I randomize. So that will be a video that I post for my members. So if you're interested in seeing, make sure that you click the link to join my membership. But I will put all of this over to the side. And for Greece, we will put his money in his binder. So let me take these out. And he has a lot of ones. So let me grab his binder, and then he can come in here and do whatever he wants with those funds. All right, so let me stick these over here. All right, so Christmas appears to be all in the same little area here. Oh, here's donation. So this was the October Save to Give for Marry Love Country Living. So that one is $31. So we know where that one is going. That one I need to put to the bank to send the church a check. And then let's add up Christmas. So we have 16, 35, 21, 12, 16, 24, and $210 for $334. It should be $344. So I wonder if there is a Christmas challenge stuck down in here. Let me try that again. 210, 16, 35, 21, 12, 16, and 24. All right, this says 334. My sheet says 344. So I wonder, I didn't pick anything else up. Let me just make sure I got all of them out of the bag, because I am known to not take them all out of the bags. All right, so there may be another one somewhere, but we will go ahead and put 334. Okay, so that is Christmas. Let me get Christmas out. Wow, this feels so amazing. Just proof that the system works, friends. We never would have thought in a million years that we would be to this point in our saving journey where we had this many completed savings challenges at one time. Never, 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 never. And believe me when I say that this is not, like, we are floored at this month's savings. When we looked at the final number, we were floored. And I think it's also really important to consider that these are challenges that were completed in the month of October, not necessarily ones that were also started in the month of October. And I think it's really important to remember that, especially when you are watching other people's budget closeouts for the month. A lot of us do not complete challenges in the same month that we start them. All right, so there is Christmas. All right, so let's stick that over to the side. Let's see the next. So we have self-care. This is travel. I feel like I should have arranged them. So why don't I do that? Let me go through and arrange the challenges per category to make it a little bit easier and make the video not as hectic. So I will pause you guys for that, and I will be right back. I found the other Christmas challenge. This one was the $10 that we were missing. So we did save $344 in Christmas. So let me just grab that binder and I can stick this in there. I knew that my calculation was not wrong because I went through these pretty intently to fill out our our sheet. So let's start from the smallest amounts that would go into the binder. And I'm really sorry, desk pets, but you guys got to go over here off to the side. You guys will be super supporting Cass today. All right, so let's start out with the kiddos binder. So her essentials from these are from the, all of them I think are Spooky But Cute Zoo collab. So her essentials got 14, Fun Spending got 9, Future got 5, Car got 6, School got 9, and Savings got 8. Perfect. So let's grab her binder and let's stick this in here. So Savings got $8. I'm just going to stick it behind the tracker. School got $9. Essentials got 14. And guys, these amounts for her binder, these were saved using quarters. So her Car got 6. Future, oops, over here. Future got 5. And then Fun Spending got $9. Perfect. So that is the kiddos binder. That's the fullest it's been in a bit. All right, let's do car and home savings. So we have car insurance, home savings. Let's see, home maintenance, car maintenance. What is this one? Home savings, car insurance, car maintenance, and home savings. All right. So let's go through the binder here. I think car maintenance is our first envelope, and it is. And I have a reminder here for when I do part 2 that $55 needs to come out of the envelope to go toward the credit card. So we have $70. So for car maintenance, we have 70 and 22. So $92 for car maintenance. Awesome. Just put this in a rough order so that when we do our end of month part 2, we can just take the money out. All right, next is car insurance. So car insurance had a $22 challenge and a $20 challenge for $42. Awesome. It's a mini, and then the Funky Fall collab. Awesome savings. I think that lets us fill in another bubble on the tracker. Home maintenance had 1 completed challenge for $32. Home maintenance, $32. Awesome. And if you were on my live tonight, you heard me talking about a tree that we have to get trimmed, and we have to take money to get that taken care of. Lucky us. So for home savings, we had a $40 challenge, a $33 challenge, and a $52 challenge for $125. Awesome. How was everybody's end of month? Were you above where you thought you would land? Did you not finish like you thought that you would? How did everybody's month end turn out? I definitely want to know. I want to celebrate your wins. I want to cry with you if you had a rough month. Just know that rough months happen to all of us, guys. We have had our share of rough months, mainly during times where we were not filming on YouTube. But we have had our share of rough months. And I thought escrow was in the other binder, and it's not. So I had those cordoned off over here. Let me just find them. Let me find the escrow challenges. Medical goes over here. Oh, nope, that's wrong. Medical goes over here. Okay. Savings, Roth. This one is escrow. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. We have a lot of debt. A lot. White lightning, taxes, medical is also over here. I know I had another escrow. I've just got to find it. White lightning. Grease's truck is getting a very good payment. Consumer debt. Escrow. Consumer debt. Taxes. Consumer debt. Student loans, white lightning, escrow. Okay. And that one is consumer debt, paying back a donation. All right. So let's stick all of those over here. All right. So for escrow, we have $28, $20, and $37. So $85 toward a savings for escrow in the event that we have a shortage, which is awesome. And this money will likely just go into the bank to make money for us until our escrow analysis comes out. And that typically comes to us around the beginning to the middle part of February. But we definitely, the last 2 years, our mortgage company sucks, for lack of a better term. And for the last couple of years, we have been faced with an escrow shortage, and it increased our mortgage payment quite substantially. So we want to make sure that we take care of that in the event that, or try to save as much as we can in the event that happens again. All right, we will hold on our high priority personal. Let's go to low priority. So low priority, Doe only has, I believe, 2. So here's one. I could just go through the binder. All right, let's just do that. So we have Fur Babies up front, and they've got, I believe they've got quite a few. Fur Babies, self-care, self-care. Fur Babies. I think they have 4, but they might only have 3. That's self-care, emergency, Fur Babies. All right, so Fur Babies, we have 26 plus 40 plus 25 and 59. So 150 toward Fur Babies. Okay. Which is awesome because we actually owe our credit cards some money for Birdo's groom and medicine. So it will be good to take some of this money out of here to pay back our credit card. And then again, coming in hot with that Funky Fall collab. That was such a good save. And I have my totals for the 2 collabs over here as well. So we'll stick those in there. All right, Splurge. I think it only had 1. And it was only $11. Well, come on now. There we go. Oops. Okay. $11 for splurge. Self-care. Now this is one that we are going to be splitting up a little. Emergency, self-care. So all of this one is going into self-care. So 16. This is the one that we are splitting up because we need to replenish Corpor, and we also need to replenish Shoe IOU. So this one was a total save of $150, but let me look at my note to see what we are taking for Corpor and for Shoe IOU. So 20 to Shoe IOU and 50 to Corpor. So let me just write that down. So Corpor is going to get 50 and Shoe IOU is going to get 20. All right, so 50 to Corpor and 20 to Shoe IOU. So I'm just going to put that up there and we will handle that off camera. So in addition to the 16, we're adding 20, 30, 40, 55, 65, 67, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. All right, so $80 getting added in here. And I think I have another self-care. I do, I have two. So we're adding to that. I think that says 51, but I can't read it. This is 25. And I think this is 51. 10, 25, 35, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 51. All right, so 172 going into self-care, which is awesome. Not 175, wishful thinking. 172 going to self-care, awesome. If it'll go in the envelope, we'll see. All right. Streaming has, I believe it has two. What is this one? Emergency. That's emergency. Okay, so streaming has two. So we have 24 and 35. So we have 59 coming into streaming, which is amazing. All right, emergency. So those are uh-oh-do. Emergency is getting 55, 16, and 100. So 171 go into emergency. Can never have too much in your emergency fund. We're aiming, I think, in 2026 to get around 7,500 in our emergency fund. We'll see how close we get to that at the end of 2026. And then uh-oh-do. So for uh-oh-do, we have a $80 challenge and a $12 challenge for $92. Almost put it under the vacation line. All right. It's good to get uh-oh-do built back up. This has been depleted multiple times throughout the year. And I thought that our envelopes were in high priority, but they are not. So let me just find our savings challenges. We each had one. Here we go. So Grease got $17 to add to his envelope through the collab, and I got $12 to add to to my envelope. So that is good. We can have a little bit of extra spending money if we need it. And that is all for low priority. And this barely buckles. What an amazing feeling. I'm going to stick that over to the side. And now comes the fun binder. So let's start with, let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's get the ones, I know that Vacation doesn't have many. So let's find Vacation. Consumer debt, student loans. Those are Roth, savings, Vacation, the savings, Vacation. Okay. I think there was only 3. So for Vacation, we have $15, $222, and $20 for a total of $257 toward Vacation, which is amazing. We are saving for, we are going on a trip with my parents, but they're treating us to that trip. So, but we are planning, Grace and I, for Christmas every year, we gift a trip. Like that's our gift to each other because we work so hard during the year. We want to take a trip and just have the time of our lives. And we are planning our annual trip to Vegas. So that is really, really exciting. We're hoping to go in February. And if we're lucky, we can meet a budget bestie or 2. So for savings also only has, I believe, just these 2. So we have a $20 save and a $30 save for $50 for savings. Perfect. All right, it'll be good to get this built back up too. We've had to dip into this a little bit just with things that have been happening around the house. Christmas, we've already stuffed. Vacation, we've stuffed. My Roth is getting $500, which is super exciting. We finally finished this challenge, which I feel like has been in our binder for eons. Super excited to finish that challenge. We also finished Boop the Sharks. This is a $40 save that is going toward Greece's Roth IRA for 2025. Awesome. All right, medical. So I know I have this one is medical. I think medical has a few. This is medical, consumer debt, medical, student loans, truck, consumer debt, truck. We are paying a lot toward Greece's truck payment. He had a lot of a savings challenge finish. Consumer debt, consumer debt, consumer debt, consumer debt. Student loans, it's this one. Taxes, consumer debt, consumer debt. All right, so this is all of the consumer debt. This is White Lightning. This is student loans, and this is all of the escrow. So for escrow, not escrow. No, I was looking for medical. I have 3. Okay, so medical, we have 120, 62, and 11. So for medical, we are putting away an additional $193, which is outstanding. Especially given that you never, ever, ever know when something is going to happen where you need medical attention. And it's just amazing to have the ability, because of this system, to save toward that. Toward the what if, which is very important. So 193 getting added to medical. right, we already put away the Roth. I was going backwards, that's why I'm confused. Okay, White Lightning, which is this one. So White Lightning, we have 39. I think this is 60, 20, 40, 50, 5, 60, 80, 12, 45, 154, 30, and 50. Wow, $470. An extra payment toward Grease's truck. That's awesome. And almost a full payment, I might add. A full payment for him is $560. So the fact that through savings challenges, you guys, we were able to save pretty much an additional payment is phenomenal. It just proves that the system works. This system works. You've got to stay committed to it, and you have to make sacrifices. But by golly, the system works. We are absolute proof of that. Ooh, wipe out the game that almost ruined my outlook on everything. Wipe out. All right. Awesome. This will go back to the bank in part 2 to make that extra payment. All right, friends. Next is taxes. And we have, oh wait, these are also White Lightning. I was just going to let these just sit here. I'm sure someone was yelling at me, probably Grease will when he's editing, like, why did you just let the money sit there? All right. I'm also trying to keep like a frantic watch on the camera because this camera just likes to die mid-film. And the last thing I want is to be in the middle of anything and have it just die on me. So I am not sure that this money is going to fit back into the envelope. We will see. Yep, no, it is not going to fit, so we will just stick it up front. All right. Taxes. Everybody hates paying them, but it's something we got to do, friends. All 3 of these are taxes. So we have 40, 23, and 45 for 108. And this money will go straight to the bank so that it can make money for us. I ran into a time of crispy bills, I guess. All right. So this is White Lightning. This is taxes. This will go in here. All right. Next is student loans. This is exciting. So that's not going to stay. All right. So we have 129. $69. 107, 121, and 164. $590. Insane. Absolutely insane. Insane. I cannot believe that. Just from savings challenges, y'all. Savings challenges. And being intentional with savings. It floors me every month. You would think that I would be used to how it feels to save even $1, right? You would think that it wouldn't amaze me so much, but it does. It still does. After all that we've saved and all of the hard work that we've put in, it still astonishes me. I don't know how else to put it. Amazing. All right. This one is probably also not going to fit in the envelope. I also don't know why my voice is hoarse all of a sudden. It was just fine when I was on my live. But I think it's the excitement of putting all of this, putting it all together, I think is what it is. All right, student loans. So now we are on to consumer debt. So for consumer debt, we've got 120, 15, 100, 10, 18, 11, 17, 40, and 50. Wow, $381 for an extra credit card payment. That's amazing. And I have binder clips again. That's probably the most exciting part too, is having the binder clips again. And the paper clips, even though I've started using binder clips. I'm low-key addicted to the binder clip now. So yeah. Awesome. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. No matter how many times, I can't believe it. I feel like you guys are tired of me saying that because I feel like I say it all the time, but it's the truth. She doesn't even go here. That's great. It's one of my favorite lines in the whole movie. From Mean Girls, in case you're not familiar. All tens. All right. Perfect. All right, so this will come up to consumer debt. And no way in Hades is this binder shutting. Holy moly. Oh, friends, this feels so good. Now, for the collabs, the two big collabs that we did, for the Spooky But Cute Zoo collab that was hosted by Maddie over at Floating Funds, using quarters, guys, we saved $149 toward our sinking funds. And then the Funky Fall collab, which is the one that I hosted for September and October, we saved, again, using quarters, $179 toward our sinking funds. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So this binder, like I said, will not shut. It never does when we do our month-end closeout. But let's go through and add for the cash what we saved. All right, so I did not write down medical, but it was $193. So plus 193. Wow, friends. $4,094 in the month of October. That's amazing. Now, for our sheet that I'm about to show, this is going to show every single challenge even the ones where the money stayed with the envelope, where I don't have the cash represented on this right up here. And keep in mind that this also includes as far as the number of challenges, each individual section from Funky Fall and Spooky But Cute Zoo. So keeping in mind that Funky Fall was 7 sections and Spooky But Cute Zoo was 13. We finished a total of 81 savings challenges. And the total of all of those challenges was $4,884. Unreal. Now, November is going to be a huge month because we are finishing, fingers crossed, besties. We are finishing in November our monthly yearly 5K, the 100 envelope challenge, and all of the bonuses that we added to that, and our 2025 and 2025. So our November number is going to be astronomical, but that's not money that's staying with us. All of that is going to debt. But here is a little snip of where we've been month over month. And amazing. This is what dedication, sacrifice, commitment, being true to the system and being dedicated to it, this is what that looks like. We are so blessed to be in a position where we can put away essentially half of our monthly income toward saving. We are absolutely blessed, but we have not always been in this position. 3 years ago, we were ecstatic if we saved $100 a month. And I'm getting emotional just thinking about that time in our life and how we never would have imagined that we would be where we are. Amazing. So that is all for part 1, my friends. We came today, we emptied all of our savings challenge bags. So now all of our bags are empty and ready to be stuffed again for the month of November. I really hope, friends, that you've enjoyed watching Grease and I maneuver through our journey, and that you celebrate with us when we have big wins like we did in the month of October. And I hope that you will support us when we get knocked down, when we have, everybody gets to a position where they get knocked down or they have to start over or they have to deplete their envelopes and, start fresh. We've been there many, many times. We are so blessed to be in a position, like I said, where we are able to put as much as we can towards saving and to be in the position that we completed in the month of October. Again, not all of those started in the month of October, but in the month of October, we completed 81 challenges, including 2 huge collabs, and saved $4,884. Amazing. With that, friends, that's all that I have for you today. If you are a returning subscriber or a member of our channel, thank you so much for coming back and joining us for another video. If you're not yet subscribed and you enjoyed the content that you saw today, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love to welcome you as a member of the Budget Bestie fam. Always remember, my friends, give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm and helps get our channel and our videos in front of folks that may not know about us yet. And as always, friends, be the reason someone smiles today. Keep a smile on your own face. And you can do this too. You've just got to save, save, save. I'll see you in part 2. Love you all. Bye, folks.